Coming up, the women's basketball team announced their new head coach.
Plus, a recap in the biggest event in golf.
I'm Sinead Buckley.
And I'm Jenny Marchi.
All this and so much more.
Rambler Sports Locker begins now. Glad to be here today, but I can't believe this is our second to last show.
Same here, but I know we have a pretty exciting show lined up for us today, so.
I'm excited to see all of our seniors next week in their last episode together.
That being said, the women's basketball team has a new leader on the sidelines. It was just announced that Morgan Page, former Kansas Jayhawks coach, will be replacing Allison Guth, who announced her departure from the program in late March. A warm welcome to Coach Morgan and a hopeful outlook as she guides our women's basketball team into a new chapter. Now, let's kick off this episode with the Rambler Rundown. Take it away, Natalie.
Last Thursday, the men's volleyball team beat Purdue Fort Wayne 3-1. On Saturday, they lost to Ball State in straight sets. Next, they will play in the MIVA tournament, entering as the second seed with the first round set for Wednesday. The softball team played Rhode Island on Sunday, winning 7-2. Next up, they will play George Washington on Saturday. The women's golf team played in the Dolores Black Falcon Invitational over the weekend, finishing in 8th place. 2 individual players finished in the top 11. Next week, they will play in the Atlantic 10 Championship in Orlando. That's all for this week's rundown. I'm Natalie King.
Thanks, Natalie. Up next, Birchard Allen is giving us the latest on Rory McIlroy's Masters win.
Thanks, Sinead. Rory McIlroy made history as he became the 4th back-to-back winner in Masters history, along with Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods. McIlroy did have a slow start to the competition, but it all came down to the 72nd hole. He only needed a bogey to seal the deal, but sliced his tee shot to the far right in the 18th hole. His next shot off of his 8-iron sailed for 179 yards and into the front greenside bunker. McIlroy eventually got 12 feet from the hole, and 2 putts later, it was jack in number 2 for the Northern Irishman. Rory raised his hands in triumph and yelled to the sky as he became part of history. He said, quote, "Good things come to those who wait. Maybe just keep going." First place, of course, was McIlroy, coming in at 12 under par. In second place was world number 1 and 2-time Masters champion Scottie Scheffler at 11 under par. And Tyrrell Hatton, Russell Henley, Justin Rose, and Cameron Young all tied for third place at 10 under par. This was McIlroy's 6th major victory, tying him with Nick Faldo for the most by any European in the modern era. I'm Birchard Allen, sending this one back to the anchors.
Thanks, Birchard. I love sitting in a golf cart, so it's always cool to hear how golf's biggest event goes every year. Next, Elizabeth Long is updating us on the Champions League.
Thanks, Jenny. Quarterfinal action wrapped up on Wednesday in the UEFA Champions League. The semifinals will start in 2 weeks. PSG was the first team to book their ticket in the next round, defeating Liverpool 2-0 on both legs of the tie. The Parisians progressed 4-0, which is the combined score of the 2 games, or the aggregate. Atletico Madrid would be the next to qualify. A first-half red card for Barcelona's Pau Cubarsí gave Atletico the man advantage and helped them to a 2-0 win in the opening fixture. In the second leg, 2 early goals for Barcelona by Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres did level the aggregate. However, Ademola Lookman scored for Atletico, making it 3-2 in Madrid's favor. The nail in the coffin was another red card for Barcelona in the dying minutes of the game to stop any late tying efforts. Atletico will progress to take on Arsenal in the next round. Arsenal snuck their way into the semis on a lone goal across both games against Sporting. Kai Havertz scored for the Gunners in stoppage time on the first leg, and a 0-0 tie in the second saw them through to the next round. Bayern Munich was the last team to qualify. The Germans defeated Real Madrid with nail-biting action along the way. In the first leg, both teams recorded 20 shots, but Bayern took the 2-1 victory with goals from Luis Diaz and Harry Kane. In the second game, a first-minute goal for Real Madrid from Arda Güler leveled the aggregate. The goals were back and forth. At the half, Real had leveled the score, though a red card for Madrid gave the Germans their spot in the semis, with 2 goals with the one-man advantage. With the 4 teams decided, all eyes moved to the upcoming semifinals to decide which teams will compete to be champions of Europe. Sending it back to the desk, I'm Elizabeth Long.
Thanks, Liz. NBA playoffs are coming up, and here's AJ Lee with his predictions.
The NBA regular season is finally over, and with that, the playoff bracket has been revealed. Here are my first round predictions. First, I think the Thunder will beat whoever they end up playing in the first round, whether that is the Warriors or the Suns, 4-0. I think the Rockets-Lakers matchup is one of the most intriguing series. With an injured Luka Doncic, the Rockets have a good chance. We don't really know when he's going to come back, but I am going to go with the Lakers in 7. Next, Nuggets-Timberwolves. I think that the Nuggets have too much playoff experience to lose in round 1, so I will go Nuggets in 6. I think Jokic is going to have a good game. I think Anthony Edwards is going to try to put up a good fight, but we'll see. And wrapping up the West, the Spurs play the Trailblazers in a series that I think will be closer than it seems. I do think the Spurs win, but the Blazers do give Victor Wembanyama a challenge in his first playoff series. I'm going to say the Spurs win in 6. Now the East. I think that the Pistons, Cavaliers, Hawks, and Celtics will all move on, all in 6 games. I think they're all going to win their series 4-2. The East, for once, is a little difficult, and we don't really know what's going to happen. So I kind of appreciate it. I'm not predicting any sweeps in this first round, barring maybe the Celtics. This season has had a lot of interesting storylines, and I'm excited to watch the conclusion. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm AJ Lee.
Thanks, AJ. All I know is I'm rooting for the Knicks because I'm from New York, and when I went into the city one time, I saw Adam Sandler rooting for the Knicks, so I kind of have to too.
You know, the Detroit Pistons, where I'm from, we're number 1 seed right now. So keeping that energy going,
fair enough.
That's what I'm rooting for.
Okay.
But as it's been warming up recently, some of us have had their mind on a colder sport, tossing it to Brandon Wolak to tell us all about the NHL playoffs.
Thanks, Jenny. It is my personal favorite time of year. Tonight is the final night of the NHL regular season, which means the NHL playoffs begin Saturday. 16 teams will compete for the greatest trophy in sports, the Stanley Cup. This year's playoffs are shaping up to be especially compelling as several teams return to the postseason after long absences, while some of the league's established contenders continue to reinforce their playoff pedigree. The defending back-to-back champion Florida Panthers failed to qualify, so it truly is anyone's year. Starting in the East, for the first time since 2011, the Buffalo Sabres are back in the playoffs. They face a familiar opponent in the Boston Bruins, who returned to the playoffs after missing out last season. Next up, a veteran powerhouse in the Tampa Bay Lightning are making their 9th straight playoff appearance. They'll meet a dangerous young group in the Montreal Canadiens. The Metro Division winners, the Carolina Hurricanes, are back for an 8th consecutive postseason. It's cup or bust as they face another up-and-coming team, the Ottawa Senators. Finally, it's the Battle of Pennsylvania as the veteran Pittsburgh Penguins take on the youthful Philadelphia Flyers. It's been years since both teams have made the playoffs, and this marks their 8th playoff meeting. Out west, the Central Division champions and the league's best team, the Colorado Avalanche, take on the Anaheim Ducks, who return to the playoffs after an 8-year drought. They're led by a young core and a familiar face to Chicago fans, head coach Joe Quenneville. Next, the Dallas Stars take on the Minnesota Wild. Like Carolina, Dallas is firmly in cup or bust territory. Minnesota, meanwhile, has gone all in with the addition of star defenseman Quinn Hughes as they chase their first playoff series win since 2015. Winning the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights look to bounce back after early exits following their 2023 Stanley Cup win. They face the young and skilled Utah Mammoth, making their first playoff appearance in just their 2nd season. Last but not least, Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers look to finally win it all after losing back-to-back to Florida in the Stanley Cup Finals. They face a familiar foe in the Los Angeles Kings, whom they have faced and defeated in the first round in each of the last 4 years. However, this is not set in stone, as Edmonton, LA, and Anaheim can change opponents based on tonight's results. Either way, this year's playoffs are set to deliver everything you could ask for. From long-awaited returns to the postseason to superstars looking to cement their legacy, the stage is set as over the next 2 months, one team will rise above the rest to lift the Stanley Cup. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Brandon Wolak, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Brandon. We have a stacked lineup for the Ramble today, 2v2. Let's see who wins. Take it away, Joe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ramble. Woo! First of all, I want to start off by thanking Liz and Quentin for taking over for me for the past few weeks. Sorry that I was gone. Now, with that, we have a big group today. I mean, this is nuts. Let's get the introductions going. We've got Elizabeth Long, Jenny Marchi, Brandon Wolak, and AJ Lee. And for my first time hosting, at least, we are going to have the first ever 2v2. It'll be AJ and Brandon versus Elizabeth and Jenny. Now you might be wondering, what sport are we talking about today? Well, usually we'd all say, we're talking ball. But for once, it's stick and puck. The NHL playoffs are up and coming, so that's going to be our trivia. Now, Liz, who do you want to win?
I'm rooting for the Mammoth.
The Mammoth. Wow. Jenny, how about you?
I'm going Minnesota Wild.
All right, you?
Blackhawks aren't in, so I got to go with Vegas, second team.
All right, AJ.
I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild as well.
Copycat.
You know, I'm going to try and even out a little bit here, but I'm also going to root for Vegas. I mean, can't help it. Now, you guys ready for your first question?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes, Joe.
I'm born ready.
That we are.
Enthusiasm, people. Let's get going. Now, this one's hitting to home. How many Stanley Cups do the Blackhawks have? Wow, he was instantly ready.
I have at least 3.
Who's going to carry it?
I'll make it bigger.
You make it bigger. I actually probably should write down your guys' names.
That's
so I
probably
have
the one
a
that I could've
score
gotten.
here.
Do you want the ears?
No, I don't want the. You and everyone else are trying to outdo me on the whole. All right, you guys got about 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
You ready? All right, let's show them off. The answer was 6, which means
You're so close.
AJ
You're
and
close.
Brandon are starting off with a 1-0 lead. It's going to be interesting for 2-on-2. Now this one's a little funny. I'm curious if you guys already know this. Who is 5th in all-time playoff goals?
5th?
5th. I realized
It's not Wayne Gretzky,
over time
right?
that saying first or second was a little too boring. And there's 4 of you guys, so gotta give you a little bit of a challenge here.
I don't know anyone, so I'm just writing like someone I know
I'm going to go with.
is a name.
Okay.
He's from the past, though.
He might not exist. We don't actually know
That was my
the
first
name.
thought,
The
too.
name.
Wait, do you want to know?
I think
both ready
that's
to
all.
go?
Wait,
Yeah.
there's no way.
It's all time?
I think you guys are
It is all
colluding with
time.
the blue suits.
I am not colluding. Everyone accuses me.
There's no way this one's
All right, you guys ready? Let's
No.
show it off. No one was correct.
Yeah.
The answer is Glenn Anderson.
Oh, duh.
If I had time.
You don't know that
not-
He
AJ.
played for Edmonton,
if I had maybe an
Toronto,
hour.
New York, and St. Louis.
Yeah.
Just for people who didn't know. All right. Now,
Good
next.
question.
This one's also going to throw you guys off. Which team has the 10th most playoff wins in history?
Wow, you're really
I know
getting
the first is the
you're
Canadiens.
really getting niche today.
I told you
let's
guys.
eliminate
I got to step up my game a little bit.
Okay, so it's probably not the Sharks.
Do you guys want a hint on this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. They're in Canada. I almost said Canadian.
Okay, got the
They're in
Maple
Canada.
Leaves. It's not the Maple Leaves. They have 13
I feel just by myself. They're talking amongst themselves. I'm just standing here.
titles.
All right, you guys got about 10 more seconds left on the clock.
Quebec doesn't exist anymore.
10, 9,
No.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Wait, what city you
3,
said? Not
2,
Montreal.
1. All right, you guys got to
Wait.
write something down.
We're writing Toronto, but it's not.
All right, let's show it off. Sadly, neither of you were correct. The team I was looking for is the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, yeah.
My Canada
Right.
knowledge.
We're still in this,
I
though.
thought someone
1-1?
would have this. This is.
I didn't
it's
expect
1-0,
such
actually. It's
niche
1-0.
questions. These
Oh,
are
it's
good
getting more
questions.
niche.
Really?
Let's get ready for this one. The St. Louis Eagles are a current inactive franchise. What was the name of their team when they won 4 Stanley Cups between 1919 and 1927? He knows this.
1927.
We got people in the crowd that know
Was
this.
it the
This is insane.
Cougars? Because of the Victoria Cougars?
Yeah,
Or is
you
that
answered
weird?
soon. I might
So I know
just
they
say
won in
Brandon versus
1925.
them.
Well, I had
Yeah,
the first one. I haven't
The Blues
gotten to
or-
touch the whiteboard yet.
They're the
Do you
Blues
want it?
now. Wait.
There you go.
I'll give you a hint on this one because you got it so quickly. They're not a St. Louis team. That's all I can help you out with. You got about
What team do we want to pick?
you
Put
about
down.
15 more seconds here.
Team.
Wait, I thought it was a name.
Should we do the Mammoth or the Avalanche? We could do the Avalanche.
11,
Yeah.
What do you want?
9, 8, 7. Oh, you got an answer. All right, let's show it off. Somehow, some way, Brandon was correct. The answer is the Ottawa Senators, who then moved after. What? Do you even know the year on that one?
34-35, I believe.
That is actually correct.
The blue suits are colluding.
All right. This one I had to triple check because I didn't believe it was actually real. Oh boy. What 2 NHL teams have 8 ties in the playoffs? This is a thing. See, I
Wait,
came
what?
down.
2 teams, so 2 points. So if we get both,
Yes,
we get tie.
If you get both, you tie.
Okay.
I don't know why.
If you guys need a hint, I can give it on this one. But
Can I ask this? Is it like
You don't want ties,
they
right?
actually tied the game.
Okay.
There was only one that ended due to the influenza pandemic, but they still tied the game. So this is-
1919. I researched that.
Okay, but did you research the teams? Exactly. That's the issue.
What other team?
It's gonna be really interesting.
Who's in the playoffs a
Do we get a
lot?
point if we get one of
Boston's in it. Boston's a lot
Yes,
lost.
but you do need the appropriate team name. And I
I-
would suggest to both you guys either the city or the name itself.
No, that's the name.
Just in case.
City and okay, wait.
No, city or the name. Either or.
Oh.
We're gonna go.
All right, you got about 10 more seconds left on this. 10, 9, 8,
4 teams.
7,
It's gotta be one.
6,
At least one of these.
5,
I know it's not.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's show it off.
Oh, hey.
Turns out
one
both
it
of you
is?
got one right each. It was the Montreal Canadiens. They were one of those teams. The other team, part of the original 6, the New York Rangers.
Oh.
Now, I hate to say it, but there's no real possibility of a comeback for these two.
Colluding.
So that
Colluding.
Again, no, I'm not other people. Now, with that, we have our winners, AJ Lee and Brandon Wolak. I will say though, look
Brandon
at
is always answering. Don't.
Okay, sorry. Actually, the winner of it all, Brandon Wolak. The true winner.
Put some respect on his name.
I was there for emotional
tried.
support.
All right, guys, and with that wraps up this ramble for the first ever 2v2 with me hosting. Thank you guys for watching, and let's pass this one off to the anchors.
Thanks, everyone. That wraps up this episode of Rambler Sports Locker. To stay up to date on all things Rambler Sports, be sure to follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram at Loyola RSL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From all of us here at Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Sinead Buckley. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to turn off the lights.